I catch fish all the time, and I really like catching fish. It was like this big.
You! Yeah.
There was a bug on your camera.
What is Allie wearing today? A life jacket, huh?
Oh yeah, I didn't know that.
Hi, Allie.
Hi.
Hi. You've been having fun fishing today? How many fish did you catch?
I got 5.
5? That's awesome. How big was the biggest one?
It was like this big.
Really? It's pretty fun fishing, isn't it? That's cool. You know, we're out here on this little lake right in the middle of Denver, and you know, a lot of us are kind of experienced fishermen, maybe even tournament fishermen. So we go out in our big fancy boats, and we've got a box full of all these expensive baits and 15 rods in the rod locker, and that's kind of fun sometimes. But what's really fun is when I get to take somebody like my granddaughter Allie fishing, right? And you came all the way down from Alaska to go fishing with me, didn't you? Yeah. And I think sometimes, you know, we get so serious about our fishing that we have to have all this fancy equipment and all this gear, but it's pretty fun when you get kids out. And the important thing with kids is you got to make it simple. So instead of all these big fancy boxes, I like to bring along my kids box. And it's a little teeny tiny box like this, and all I have is a bobber, a few hooks, some beads, and something to cut the line with. And that's about all we need, and a little fishing pole, right? And oh, what's one more thing we have to have?
A smile.
A smile? Yeah, a smile always works pretty good. But how about this? You! A big old box of worms, right? Okay, so instead of making it really difficult, what we're going to do is we're going to fish out here today, and Allie's got the perfect little rod. Now, a lot of kids' rods have the closed face. They're called spin cast reels, and they're easy to cast. But Allie is so good. Can you show everybody how you hold that reel correctly? See how she does that? She puts the stem of the reel foot, right in between her fingers, and then in her other hand, she's going to grab the handle. And even though this is a little bit higher end combo, it's actually very good for kids. And I like spin cast rods and reels, but I think it's great to get them started with regular spinning gear because they can use it so easy. And she's obviously caught a lot of fish today on this, haven't you? Now this rod is shorter. This is only a 4.5 foot rod, one piece, ultra lightweight, so it's easy for her to hold. Great for fish of all sizes, and you've caught some big ones today, haven't you?
Yeah. There was a bug on your camera.
Was there a bug on my camera?
Yeah.
Okay. You can just stay there. How about that? Because when we go fishing, sometimes we get bugs everywhere, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we get bugs crawling up our arms, all that kind of stuff. So a couple of the things I want to talk about. When you take kids fishing, first of all, make sure you go someplace where they can catch a lot of fish, right? Because if you come out here, oh, bless you, bless you. If you come out and you're not successful and you don't catch a lot of fish, that's usually not a very good thing. So, you know, find a little pond or a little lake or a little stream someplace and make sure you're going to catch a lot of fish. They don't have to be big fish. Little fish are fine. They're going to have a great time. And we've got a box full of fish that we're going to show you here in a minute that Allie's caught today. But go ahead and just find a place where you can just have some fun. Now what we've done here today is we're using a slip bobber technique. So I just set the bobber stop up about 4 or 5 feet down to where I know those fish are. Has a little bit of a weight down to a single hook, and we just put a big chunk of worm on that. We throw it out there, and then Allie just holds on until that fish comes along, right? And what happens when the fish comes along?
You bring it up and then put it in the box.
Yeah, you put it in the box after you reel it in. But what's the first thing that you see happen? You see the bobber go down, right? And it's really easy to tell when you get a bite because that bobber just goes whoop right underneath the water, and Allie says, "Fish on!" And off we go, and then we catch another fish, right? And I think we're having a pretty good time today. So pretty soon we're going to have to catch another fish. But before we do that, let's talk about a couple other things. When I take kids fishing, there's two other things that I want to make sure we always do. First of all, we have a lot of fun, but we bring a lot of food, right?
Right.
Especially what? Chocolate chip cookies. Yeah. Okay, so if you bring some food, make sure everybody has plenty to drink, something to eat, makes the day go a lot better, and maybe if you're not catching fish, you take a little break and have something to eat, right?
And somebody's not driving that boat.
Yeah, and there's somebody's driving another boat over there. There's a lot of boats out here today, so they just have to share the water with us. Now, the other thing is, now, we actually have a top up on our boat right now, and it's a little bit overcast, so it's not too bad. But earlier this morning, it was really, really sunny, okay? It was really bright and hot. And we don't want to get kids sunburned, all right? So make sure you bring along some suntan spray. You can use lotion and put it all over their arms so they don't get sunburned. I really like the spray, and because it covers everything, it's very easy to put on, it's no trouble, and you can get an SPF 100. And that way we really protect our kids and make sure that there's no issues from the sun, right?
Right.
We don't want to get sunburns.
No, and then our skin will peel.
Yeah, and our skin will peel. That is exactly right. We don't want that to happen. So we got to protect them. So we feed them really good, take them to a great place to go fishing, get good worms, make sure that they don't have sunburns. And, oh, what is Allie wearing today? A life jacket, huh?
Oh yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you knew that. But, you know, life jackets are really important. We don't want any kids sinking out there, and it's the law virtually every place. So make sure your kids are protected and put a nice, safe, Coast Guard approved life jacket on them, and the day's going to be great. And I think at this point, what else do you want to tell everybody about how much fun fishing is?
Fishing is my favorite because I catch fish all the time, and I really like catching fish.
That's awesome. And I love taking you fishing. And then what do we do after we catch every fish?
We be happy.
Yeah, and we get a fish kiss, right? Yeah, okay. Well, this is NORAKER with KastKing. Find a little girl like this and take her fishing.